What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Blazers Uprise Postgame show presented by Sleeper. Today, today your Portland Trailblazers had quite the basketball game. Quite the basketball game, man. Where they only had 10 players healthy. They had 3 guys on two ways that played in this game, and they were down 21 with 9 minutes left. And then they came back and led by 4, and then they choked it and got walked off once again off a buzzer-beating 3. After literally doing the last thing that you should ever do late in a close game once again, just like Orlando. And I'm in shock. I'm in shock, man. That was just the most Blazer thing I've probably ever seen, and we're going to break it all down for you. We're going to talk about, the struggles in this game, the phenomenal comeback, a couple of players having great games, and then this team being completely incapable of not doing the worst possible things at the end of close games lately. I mean, my goodness, man. The Blazers up 2 with 8 seconds remaining, put out a switchable lineup onto the floor and give up a wide open 3 to Nikola Vucevic, who's been the Bulls' best player tonight, who's been great all season long. Give up a wide open 3 to Nikola Vucevic when you're up 2 so he can walk it off in Portland. Eric, was that not the most fitting Blazer thing to have such a miraculous comeback like that? Finally give us some enjoyment of Blazer basketball just to completely stab a knife through our hearts?
And yeah, what a great comeback. And then you just completely break down on defense the last possession, actually the last 2 possessions. And I mean, for years now under Chauncey and now under Tiago, the late game execution has not been good. And unfortunately, man, that hurts to come all the way back down from down 21, or come all the way back from down 21 in that fourth quarter to take that 4-point lead with 15 seconds left or something, and then to lose in that fashion. Man, I kind of feel sick for the guys tonight. That got to be a devastating loss.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. When he hit that shot, I had no reaction. I had no emotions, man.
Of course.
Yeah, this has been a cursed stretch that the Blazers are on. This has been one of the most brutal stretches the Blazers are on. And when he got that wide open 3, I knew it was going in. You know that's going in. You know he's not going to miss a wide open 3 in that situation. Of course that's going to go in. Same thing with the Desmond Bane 3. Of course that goes in, you know? Of course. We'll do Tankathon tonight, I guess. I'm just... Normally, I always have a lot of stuff to say when we do a post-game show, and I could come on here and talk. Guys, I do not know what to say after that one. I mean, terrific comeback. I don't even know how to feel. This game was dead. I'd written this game off. They're down 21, and then for them to come back from that deficit was amazing. But just so they can get walked off, I don't know. Maybe I would have rather them lost by 20, But it was a fun comeback. But it's a loss all the same. The Blazers fall to 6-9 on the season, and there's nothing nice about that. All right, there's nothing nice.
Let's read off some messages real quick. JRT 1992 with, I think it's Australian, $8 donation. I felt like I was Michael Scott in The Office when Vooch hit that 3. No! PDX Ball Hog member for 2 months says, I think we should prioritize around Denny over anyone. And then Mubsy Hoops Canadian $28 donation. The Denny slow step at the end was so amazing. Tough loss.
Yeah, man, I love that Denny slow step that he has. Young Hansen tried it in this game. It didn't go quite as well, but it was cool to see a 7-2 guy try that move. I guess.
Everyone just kind of stood there on that one,
I
like,
know.
what just happened?
I know, that was funny. But yeah, thank you guys for the donations. Let's just go over that final defensive play, man. First, we have one more. Shout out to Jack Treehorn. $2 donation says Marcus Camby just broke all the plates in my kitchen. Well, congratulations. Thank you for the donation. Comment in chat, y'all should chill on Tumani. Tumani looks awful, needs to be benched. Okay, we got to go over this final defensive possession. Let me pull it up on YouTube. I'm not going to play the video because I don't want to deal with any copyright issues or anything like that. But I do want to just show you guys. I mean, you guys have seen the play, but I just want to illustrate something here. So I'm just going to pull up a still image. Let's not play the audio. There we go. Okay, let me just get to the point. Okay. So,
I'm just watching it over too.
This is the setup. And, maybe I'll like click the cursor around a little bit. This was the setup. Defensively, the Blazers had 5 switchable defenders. I agree with that. You're up 2. A 2 can't beat you. Right? And you have a bunch of good defenders. You should be willing to live with them trying to get a one-on-one stop. Okay? And credit to Chris Murray. He did a good job containing Kobe White on this play. He didn't let him turn the corner. He has him cut off. There's only 2.5 left on the clock. But look at where Toumani Camara is. Now, on this play, if this was a normal play in the course of a game, Toumani was the low man on the weak side. Normally, that guy is technically the help guy. And then
is he the low man though? He's on Vucevic. Is Grant the low man?
No.
Because Grant's on Giddey. He should be where.
Look at this setup. Toumani's the low man. Right. Well, he was the low man, and Giddey crossed.
They should have switched once Giddey went down. They should have switched that.
Yeah. So, but like Toumani's not really paying attention to Giddey. So Toumani's like low man. He was guarding Vucevic in the corner.
Before you go any further, let's just point out, coming out of the timeout here.
I'm not saying he should be helping. I was gonna get there.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, so all of these players in the game, switchable, right?
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, in the timeout before this play started, the message had to have been no threes, right?
Absolutely. I was going to get there. Get there. Okay. Just let me finish explaining. So, because, we're fully aligned. So, like, technically, instinctually, like, this is not incorrect defense if this plays in the middle of a game, right? Or a middle of a quarter or whatever. Toumani's the low man. It does create maybe a little confusion when, Josh Giddey crosses underneath. But Toumani essentially here, he's playing this like it's a possession in the middle of the third quarter. Is essentially what he's doing on this play. And in this situation, when you're up 2, everybody needs to stay home on shooters, and if Kobe White scores 1-on-1 against Chris Murray, at least you're going to overtime, right? You're not going to lose the game. And you have decent defenders out there, so live with having Chris Murray on an island here, because, listen, Chris Murray didn't get beat at all. Chris Murray turned his hips, cut him off, right?
I know Kobe White's a good player, but this is only his second game back this season, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's still working his way back.
So, Toumani was in help side. In a normal situation, it's like Grant's responsibility to get first pass because Toumani was the help defender. So in a normal situation, this would be Grant's like rotation out, but it's not a normal situation. It's the end of a game where you're up 2 and you have 5 switchable defenders, literally, so you can just man up everybody and live one-on-one. Because if you just stay home on whoever your guy is, then it's really hard to lose the game on a defensive possession because Chris Murray can run Kobe White off the 3-point line, can guard him close enough and make him try and drive downhill, or make him shoot an insanely tough contested three. And Chris Murray does a perfect job here. He gets out far enough, forces him to try and attack downhill, cuts him off, he spins middle, picks up the ball, has 2 seconds left. Chris Murray does a perfect job. Sidi Sissoko isn't helping at all. He's doing a perfect job. Denny Avdia, I would like to be a little bit more on Josh, out on the perimeter, not Josh Giddey, Kevin Huerter, but, he's kind of in the passing lane.
He ends up turning his back on both of them and doesn't know where either of them is when he turns around. But one more thing about the Grant Tamani thing.
Yeah.
There's got to be communication there between those two. Like Grant, if he sees Tamani there, he's got to be like, you got Giddey, I'm going out on Vooch or something. Like, he's got to let him know. He can't just stay there when he sees Tamani there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, Grant does a perfect job in terms of just staying home on Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
The ball's inside the arc. The ball's inside the arc. You should be if you're off the ball and the ball's inside the arc, especially as Kobe White starts to turn, Chris Murray's already cut him off. You should be worrying about a kick out pass at the 3-point line. That's the only thing that can beat you in that situation unless you give up a really bad and one, right? So Tamani here should already start running out back to Vucevic, back to the perimeter. That's the one thing that can beat you, okay? He never should have helped out into the paint this much anyway, but at this point, alarm bells should be ringing off like, okay, I got to guard the perimeter. Chris Murray cut him off. Like, his help is not needed. And he stays there. So not only does he help off, he stays there. And the message out of the timeout should have been, everybody stays home on their guy. And 4 guys stayed home pretty much on their guy. And Tamani Kamara didn't. So Jeremy Grant's not ready to cover this pass because he's not expecting this pass. You're staying home, right? So you're not expecting somebody to be wide open beyond the 3-point arc here. And not only that, he jump in to try and deflect the pass, and that's how you give up a wide open 3 to win the game. That's how you give it up. So Tamani Kamara has been a major disappointment defensively this year, and that was insane to see from an all-second defensive guy last season. We've talked about his struggles, but his head, for whatever reason, I don't know what's going on, but there's a lack of mental focus from him right now defensively, and that last possession was a perfect example of it. But I'll also say this. He's not a dumb defensive player. What went wrong from the timeout, the huddle, the coaching staff, to the execution on the floor? Did they tell everybody to stay home? And then Tamani Kamara just said, nah, I'm just going to sit in the paint and not guard Nikola Vucevic beyond the 3-point line when we're up 2? Like, did Tamani Kamara just not hear what was said in the huddle, or was it not communicated properly in the huddle? There's only one of two options. It's one of those. Either it wasn't communicated properly to guys, and Tamani's just playing base defense where he's helping over because that's their basic principles, or it was communicated and Tamani Kamara just completely forgot or completely misunderstood or completely misheard. I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing Tiago Splitter's breakdown of what went wrong on that final possession, because it can only be one of those two things. Either it wasn't communicated well enough, or it was Tamani Kamara completely botching whatever the instructions were in that last timeout, which is just insane to me. But that's honestly what I believe happened, because any competent coaching staff, you having guys stay home in that situation, and Tamani Kamara just plays 20 feet off him.
And the fact that the other 4 players played it perfectly for the most part, like, that shows me, because Jeremy and City for sure were told to just face guard your guy and do not leave him under any circumstances. And they both did that. And Denny pretty much does that too. He turns his back, like I said. So a little slow to react, having to turn all the way around. But for the most part, he's still in somewhat okay position. But Tamani's the only one that leaves his man. And Vucevic is, as Calabro said about 800 times in this game, a 41% three-point shooter. So, like, that makes no sense for him to do that or for it not to be instructed to Tamani, but everyone else seemed to be instructed on what to do. So in my mind, that's just Tamani trying to make a play when that was not the time to make a play. It was the time to stay disciplined.
There's a comment in chat from TechnoSkill that says it feels like Tamani is trying to make hero plays rather than just sticking to fundamentals and letting the game come to him. It does feel like Tamani Kamara is trying to play hero ball defensively. Normally that's an offensive thing. But defensively, he is... Yeah, like, that's a good way to explain it, in my opinion. He is playing hero ball. That's what explains the final possession, where he's completely off his guy trying to smother the ball. We've talked about the Blazers being too over-aggressive, trying to force turnovers, trying to smother the ball, etc. In this possession, Tamani Kamara is way too aggressive trying to smother the ball, even though the game situation calls for the exact opposite, where you just stay home on your guy because the only thing that can beat you is a three.
Yeah, just a basic defense wins this game, right? Just stay in a basic defense. Don't do anything stupid, and you win, probably.
Yeah.
Or they have to hit a much more ridiculous, tougher shot.
This team, I know it's like a young team, but the mistakes in the Orlando game and the defensive mistake here.
And the Mavericks game.
What defensive mistake in the Mavericks game? Which play specifically are you talking
about?
I'm
not necessarily defense. Sorry, I just meant it was a close game.
I'm thinking about specific plays. So what happened in the Magic game? You're up 2 and you give up an and 1 to Paolo Banchero off a straight line drive to the rim, where Tamani completely jumped out of position. By the way, completely jumped out of position. Paolo Banchero had a straight line drive to the hoop, and we had the softest foul in the easiest and 1 he might have ever gotten in his career, when we were up 2 with 5 seconds left to give him a 3-point play. He missed the free throw, bailed us out, but I forget who they called for that foul, if it was Tamani or Denny. Either way, neither one of those guys should be making that mistake. Okay? Like, those, you can't use this is a young team excuse for that. For those two guys. You're talking about a dude that was all defensive second team last year, and you're talking about Denny Avdia, who's in year 5? Year 5 now? Like, he's a veteran at this point, as far as I'm concerned. At least veteran enough to not make a really bad foul there. And then you have Drew Holiday making the turnover at the end of that game, where the Blazers have the ball with 5 seconds left, can't get the last shot, turn it over, allow Orlando to get the last shot, and then they hit a buzzer beater, and it was Drew Holiday with the turnover, right? He's won 2 championships, veteran. And then this play, Tamani Kamara, the all-defensive second-team guy from last year, is making this mistake. It's too many players making too many dumb mistakes that they should be beyond making, that they should be far better than. And Tamani, man, it's freaking frustrating how much of a step back he's taken defensively, not just throughout games and defending in isolation and defending players one-on-one. He gets beat a lot, but just the IQ, like it's almost like he got into the league playing smart defense. Last year, he combined playing smart defense with like reading plays to get deflections and then drawing a bunch of offensive fouls with effort, but he still played smart. And that's why he's all defensive second team. And then this year, it's like, I'm just going to try and be Matisse Thybulle. I'm just going to try and fly around in all the passing lanes and smother the ball and forget who I'm guarding and be too jumpy and this and that. And he's not playing fundamental defense at all. And this final possession is just the ultimate example of Tamani struggling defensively this year, man. It lost him the game. And in a season when you had expectations, I know they didn't have a lot off the bench today, but you still had Jeremy Grant, Donovan Clingan, Tamani Kamara, Denny Avdia. Then those guys showed up, got him back in the game. Those guys should not be making mistakes like this. Blazers kind of choked from the free throw line. Denny missed a free throw. Jeremy missed a free throw. Okay, that'll happen. But like, this was one of the worst defensive mistakes I've seen from a Blazer. Like, this reminds me of, you remember DeAndre Ayton leaving Royce O'Neal wide open behind the three-point line last year? Why do the Blazers always make these mistakes with guys that should know better?
Yeah, that's to Chat's point that Billups wouldn't have allowed this. Yeah, Billups was terrible in these late game situations too. So
Yeah.
you can't say that for sure.
Yeah, these situations have happened under Billups multiple times.
Yeah. And then I'm also still frustrated with the giving up the three to Kobe White before that when you have a foul to give.
Mm-hmm.
And then also then they used their foul to give. I thought it was like way too early.
Yep.
Like there was still 8 seconds left. I felt like that was a bad time to use it because he was stopped. You could have let him. Vucevic wasn't going to shoot from 5 feet behind the line. So I thought you could have let them waste a few more seconds and then they wouldn't have been able to drive and kick out at that last play when they wouldn't have had time to do that. So I felt like there are just a couple mistakes there on defense there at the end, and it's tough. I've been pretty consistent. I hate blaming missed free throws, even though, I mean, that's obviously huge to miss a free throw in that situation. But like this going back to like, what was it, the Philly game in the bubble or something where Dame missed a free throw and we lost or something, even though we had like 60 points, something like that. And everyone was like, oh, Dame lost us this game, whatever. I don't think a missed free throw is ever the reason. Now, I mean, the Blazers missed a bunch of free throws in this game, so you can point to free throw shooting as one of the main reasons. But I feel like even with the missed free throw, both by Grant and Denny, they should have still won this game. And I felt like it was on the defensive end where they lost it.
Every player misses a free throw at some point. Every player misses a free throw at some point. Like, that's not a decision-making mistake, okay? I can live with, like, missing free throws or missing an open three in crunch time or whatnot. Like, yeah, they're trying to make it. They're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to make the free throw and they miss. It's when you specifically do the wrong thing, make the wrong decision, completely leave your guy behind the three-point arc because I guess you're Tamani Kamara, and even though you're an all-defensive second-team guy, you struggle with understanding late-game situations defensively. I don't know. That's the type of stuff that is inexcusable, especially from somebody that's supposed to be your best defender, an elite defender in the league. Like, this team needs Tamani Kamara to be the best defender on the roster. This team needs him to lead the defense. And there's far too many times where it's like he's the guy making the mistake, or he's the guy getting beat off the dribble, or he's the guy out of position because he's gambling. He's trying to do too much defensively. And the fact that, I don't know, like, this is where I wonder if the Blazers miss Chauncey, because, like, maybe Chauncey would kind of rein Tamani in a little bit, and with this new coaching staff, like, maybe they're just letting him do whatever the hell he wants defensively and try as hard as he can to force turnovers, or maybe that was the plan. I don't really know. I don't really have a great explanation for why Tamani's taken such a step back defensively, but how do you explain what he did on that last possession? I can't explain it. I would love to hear Tiago try to explain it. I would love to hear Tamani try and explain it. But it's just frustrating to lose games like this, multiple games. You know, if we could just execute late in the clutch, man, against Orlando and Chicago, this team would still be above 500. But now you've lost 7 out of 9 games, and your next 8 games might be the hardest stretch of the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave a valiant effort just to waste it with a boneheaded defensive play. Just throw away all the effort this team made to get back in this freaking game because you're going to leave a guy wide open from 3 when you're up 2 at the end of a game. Just to help on a guy who didn't even beat your teammate off the dribble. Your teammate had him completely contained. Stupid. Stupid play. Stupid ending. Stupid basketball does not win games. And I'm tired of watching dumb late game execution. I'm tired of watching high school mistakes. Dude, like, this is like such a awful, awful mistake from Tamani Kamara, man. Such an awful mistake. I can't get over it. I can't get
So
over it.
the splitter thing is up if we want to listen to it.
Let's listen
but
to it right now.
Someone said he does say what he said in the timeout. That
Okay, well, don't even spoil. Let's listen to it. I didn't read the comment. We will listen to Tiago's explanation. And maybe it's like, yeah, I told Tamani to help and leave Vucevic. And then I will apologize to Tamani. Yeah, here we go. Here's Tiago. All right, first there's a I don't know what this ad is. There was a pink bear. Okay, here we go. Here's Tiago.
I think.
Yeah.
So the defense in the last play, their coach, what do you think about it? Obviously, probably not what you'd like to see happen.
Yeah, I still didn't see it, but we talk about no threes, guard out the drivers, and no helps. Somebody made a mistake, but that's part of the game, and that's not the only play that we did wrong. You gotta count the whole game. I don't like to point.
All right, so that's all I needed to hear. We can play the rest, but no helps.
So what's Tamani doing?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a great
What
question.
No helps, no threes, and you just camp in the paint, helping
Yep.
off your guy to have no clue where he is as he fades to the 3-point line to shoot a 3-point shot. That's terrible, man. I mean, he should be stripped of his second team all defense last year for that. It's pathetic, man.
Last stream, I talked about how there's so many defensive players that are underachieving defensively on this team. I did not expect it to be that bad on one singular play. But how do you come out? You literally come out of a timeout. No threes, no helps. And you leave Nikola Vucevic, you're 20 feet off of him just to help into the paint? Oh my God, it didn't even beat your team enough to dribble. That might be the worst defensive mistake in the entire league of the entire season. That's insane. Like, there's no excuse for it, man. I was wondering, like, is his knee from the preseason still bothering him? But mentally, for whatever reason, this dude has lost focus.
And once again, with how many players we have out, you're our starting forward. You got paid this offseason. You need to step up in these games. And Jeremy stepped up. Denny stepped up. Donovan stepped up. All three in big ways. Chris Murray even had some nice plays there in the fourth quarter that helped with the comeback as well. As you pointed out, played perfect defense on that last possession. White was going to have to shoot a really tough shot to tie it if he even got a shot off. And we lose because of someone just absolutely just falling asleep and not doing what they just talked about in timeout. I hate to kill Tamani over it, but you can't do that, man. It's just a really bad play.
Yep. Awful play. Awful play. I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, why? Like, why? What led to Tamani making that mistake? How do you go from a huddle where you're saying no helps, no threes, which is like obviously, right? You shouldn't even need a coach to say that. But all right, so the coaching staff's saying that in the huddle.
The players should be telling each other that. Maybe they did.
In your Tamani Kamara, how does that then lead to 20 seconds later, you're 20 feet off Nikola Vucevic standing in the paint? How, what gets lost there? How does that happen? I do not understand.
I think Chad's right because he had that. It was on the other side of the paint, but he had that play on White where he blocked him from behind when Clayton stepped in front of him, and it looks like he was going for the same thing and then just got caught.
My best guess and my best explanation is he is way too thirsty to be the guy that makes the play defensively. He's losing focus of like winning basketball games. It's almost like he's going out there trying super hard to be defensive player of the year. And he's a bad defender a lot of times because of it, right? Like, if you're focused on trying to be defensive player of the year, you're going to try and get 3 steals a game, 3 blocks a game, force a bunch of turnovers, like cause a bunch of havoc, and like try and dominate a game defensively, right? That's how you end up being out of position. That's how you end up pressing up way too much on quicker guards and getting beat to the rim. That's how you end up picking up a ton of fouls. It's an undisciplined way of playing defense, and he is very undisciplined right now. And it's insane. And it's insane to me how even on a final possession, when you're up 2 after an amazing comeback, how you lose focus of just doing what you need to do to not lose the freaking game because you're so thirsty to make a play.
But we've been mentioning this all season, how he's been over pressing, like being over aggressive on these things, hunting turnovers. And that was our mindset, I guess, coming into the season is, we got to create a bunch of turnovers. But once again, just like what we've talked about every stream pretty much about the overextension of our defense, there are times where you just need to play it straight up. You don't have to do anything else. Just play it straight up. And far too many times this season, I felt like given up a lot of points that we probably shouldn't have given up if we just stayed in a basic coverage defense. And man, there's just no excuse for being that far out of position on that last play.
If I was Tiago or whoever decides subs, man, it's getting to the point where you're losing every game anyway. So I don't care that you need him to play 36 minutes or whatever. You can still play him 36 minutes, whatever. But every single time he starts to become undisciplined defensively and like ball watch and make these mistakes during the course of a game, like he needs to be subbed out immediately, reeled back in, sat for 2 minutes. Maybe a coach can like piss him off by calling it out. I don't know if pissing him off is good, but like dial it in, man. Dial it in and then put him back in the game. Because it's almost like he just has the green light to just literally do whatever he wants defensively. Be wherever he wants. Be undisciplined. Gamble. Foul. Gets beat off the dribble a ton. And it's almost just like, oh, it's fine. He's Tamani Kamara. Like, he's an all-defensive guy, so we're just going to trust him. Like, no. He is actively hurting you some games offensively. His defense has taken a step back. There's some advanced analytic defensively that paints that, Defensive analytics have noise, but it's obvious when you watch them. Like, it needs to start being held accountable. And the problem is when your whole game plan coming into a season is we're going to be uber aggressive, we're going to force 1 million turnovers, it's then hard to dial it back in and tell guys, hey, you're gambling too much. Oh, well, I thought that was the whole point of our defense. We're supposed to force 20 turnovers a game. And they're playing like it. So it's a broken defense. It's you gave up 122 tonight. I get it. You were short guys, so I'll give you a little bit of a pass. But every single game, a team scoring 115 points or more, the defense continues to suck, and your best defender has no idea what the hell he's doing defensively right now, and it's insane.
Yeah. See, the thing is, if you truly are an elite defender, you don't need to be the gambling type or I'm going to go get this block and win the game for us. You would know that the best defense you can play there is simply by staying disciplined and staying on your guy. And so part of being a good defensive player, we know it's basically 2 things. It's effort and the desire to play defense, and it's smart. Like you have to have the IQ, right? You have to like Draymond isn't the fastest player, but like he's so smart. Like, oh, this player is coming off this curl screen. He pulls up from this spot like 70% of the time, so I'm going to play it this way. And he knows, like, he tries to figure out what the other team's going to do before they even do it or whatever. And so, like, defensive IQ is a big part of that. And so far this season, I feel like it's not necessarily an effort problem from him, but I do feel like he's not playing very smart on that end and really trying to pump up his turnover, whatever that number was, fouls drawn thing. And he's so focused on that it's hurting our overall team defense. And I saw someone in chat say, Thiago isn't it, man. Like, what is he coaching these people?
He told them what they needed to hear, man.
You can't force them to stay on their guy.
Yeah.
You tell them in the huddle, do not leave your guy, do not give a three, do not help off your guy. And then Tamati is like, what, 15 feet away from his guy? Like, that's not on Thiago. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's not on him. And if we won this game, like, no one would be saying crap about Thiago right now, you know?
Yep.
And that last play wasn't his fault. And I don't know, man.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
And you have to have Kamara in the game there. We're so shorthanded. Like, should be our best defensive player. There's no way you would think of like not putting him in the game. So you can't also like blame him for the roster we had out there. You know,
there's no way you would expect him to be the guy to make that mistake. Well, maybe now you would, but you know, like that's the guy you should be able to count on in that situation. Insane. But just looking at the interview comments, Eric, I'll take a buzzer beater loss over losing by 25 and having garbage minutes. At least the team has something to build upon to keep the vibes up a bit.
Yeah.
Do we think the vibes are up after that?
I saw you argue with people the whole game.
People are insane, bro. Yeah. Apparently, I cuss people out on stream, even though I don't cuss. So that's what I was told on Twitter today. News to me. Somebody should have told me I was cussing because apparently I didn't know.
You cussed last stream, but it wasn't at somebody.
I said the S word about somebody's play. All right, like,
I said it 2 streams ago.
Yeah. So, but see, here I am saying the S word, but apparently I cuss out anybody who disagrees with me. So if you want to get cussed out, just say Tamani played great defense that final play in the chat, and then I might curse at you.
Are we? Yeah. At what point, Tori, does the Blazers weren't going to be like a top 4 seed anyway this year argument? At what point does that? Like, do we have to be 6-20 for that? Like 8-45? Like, what? At what point do these people like give us the benefit of the doubt? Like, okay, this team isn't performing to expectations.
It's insane to me because, like, I'll sit here and tweet like, why doesn't Joe Cronin go out and get more shooting when this team is shooting like 24%?
That's
from
all
three?
you said. That's all you said.
And then people like,
how dare
you're. I forget what the comment was, but essentially it's like, you're so freaking negative. You just want to criticize Cronin, can't talk about all the great stuff he's done. And then very same person tells me today, like, this team was only projected for 34 wins by Vegas. Why are you expecting so much? It's like, you can't have it both ways, man. Like, I'm talking about how the team doesn't have enough, is not good enough, and you're freaking out at me. But then you're gonna tell me the next day, like, oh yeah, they're not actually that good. Okay, I'm the negative one though, because I don't think we should just sit here and be like, they were only projected 34 wins. So even when they completely screw up, it's okay, because they're supposed to suck. Apparently that's how I'm supposed to act, like, to be more positive. Doesn't really make sense to me. I am criticizing this team because I think Tamani Kamara is capable of listening to his head coach when he's up 2 on a final possession and not leaving Nikola Vucevic wide open for 3. I think he's capable of not messing up that badly. I think Drew Holiday's capable of not turning over the ball in a tie game with 5 seconds left and giving them the final shot to win. I think our defenses should be smart enough where if we're up 2 and Paulo Banchero has a straight line drive to the rim for a wide open layup, we don't also foul him to give him an and one. And also, I think it's a design flaw when we have games where we have 24 3-point attempts from 3-point shooters shooting under 30% from 3. I think that's very basic common sense, but, I'm so negative for pointing out basic stuff like that, I guess. So I'll be Mr. Negative and say that, hey, if we want to shoot a bunch of threes, we should maybe have a little better shooting on this roster. Maybe we can have a two-way guy that, I don't know, can make threes like Colin Gillespie was last year for the Suns after he scores 19 against us. Anyway, I love it. This season is rough, man. With the expectations, the start of the season, then this stretch, it's rough. But you know what? I'll be at the game on Friday as they take on the Warriors. I'll be on the road. Maybe I'll ask Tamati what happened. Maybe I'll sit close enough. No, I won't. That'd be mean. I'm not that mean, but I don't know. I would be sitting there shouting, "Don't help!" though if I was courtside, like.
Tamati, get back to your guy. By the way, side note, why can a player that only played 8 minutes last night not play in a back-to-back? He played 8 freaking minutes. We can't play him in a back-to-back on 8 minutes when we have half our team out.
I mean, it's Robert Williams.
I know, but dude...
8 minutes, 2 nights in a row might break him, dude.
Dude, that's so bad.
I know, but it's it's Robert Williams. It's unfortunate, but that dude is unfortunately his knees are glass. So, and especially when the whole league has a calf issue, and calf issues are contagious. Drew Holiday gave Shaden Sharp a calf issue. You can literally catch it from other people now.
Even Thiago last night was like, well, he probably wouldn't play back-to-backs, but he only played 8 minutes tonight, so I don't see why he wouldn't be able to play or something like that. Paraphrasing, but like,
yeah.
I was like, of course he's not going to play when everyone's out. I mean, not that it necessarily would have made a difference, but like, and then Sharp's like not on. So like, yeah, I also hate that non-information we're given. It's like Sharp wasn't on the injury report the last 2 games, but now all of a sudden he's back on the injury
report. Wakes up today with a calf strain and doesn't play.
Was that something he retweaked, or was this just something? I think he retweaked it
last game. Somebody said it was like with around 6 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah.
So, cool. That's why I said wait till he's 100% to play him. This team is better than this, but at this rate, with the way that they're finding ways to lose games and all the injuries, Eric, like it's starting to already feel like, oh, this should maybe be a tanking season. They find a way to lose every game no matter what, and nobody can play. And we're playing Javonte Cook, Caleb Love, Sidney Sissoko rotations with Young Hansen. Like, it just already feels like this is a tanking year, and we're sitting here at 6-9. Might be our best record in the last 3 years, 15 games in. I don't know. But, like, if they can't bounce back, the next 8 games are freaking brutal. I said they needed to win 2 of their last 3, and they lost all 3. I just... They're not going to start resting guys even if they're 10 games below 500, but this can turn into a situation where maybe they're tanking at the end of the year. Hey, Dame, welcome back. Welcome back to the Portland tanking Blazers. But with like Dame around the corner, a loaded draft. I mean, it's sad because that's not what I want out of this season, but if they're this good at finding ways to lose and this good at missing 8 players in a game or whatever, however many players they were missing today, then, And Scoot, who knows when he returns? It might be 2026 before he returns. I can see a pathway with a tank on it, down the path.
Well, too, now they have the built-in excuse of the Billups FBI thing to just, the season got away from us.
The
we were
injuries,
hit with this
Billups.
unexpected stuff, and then their injuries once again. We knew Dame was going to be out the whole year, but now we're going to be playing for next year when he's back. I could totally see that.
Well, here's the thing, though. Who's going to make that call? Who would make that call later in the season? Because if they tank again, I kind of have a feeling Joe Cronin isn't coming back. So why would he want them to tank? Unless he gets the approval from Tom Dundon and gets some job security behind it, that he's not going to get fired once Tom Dundon steps in. Tom Dundon doesn't seem to be the guy that's going to say, yeah, all right, I'm brand new owner. I'm stepping in, March 15th. Okay, we're going to lose every game the rest of the year. He hates losing. So I don't know. And Tiago's like not even the real head coach, and he's trying to audition, I guess. Who's going to make that call? I don't know. If it gets that bad, it's going to be interesting to see if they actually do it. Since we're on the topic, Tankathon.
Eric, read the PR report. What PR report?
Too early for tanking, guys. Oh, I 1000% agree. I'm saying if they keep finding a way to lose games, and you look at their schedule the next 8 games, like this season has a very real chance of getting away from them.
Weren't we 6-9 in one of the tanking seasons?
Probably. Will you guys finish listening to the interview? Does he say anything interesting the rest of the interview? Okay, we'll listen to the rest. It's only like 3 minutes anyway. Here you guys go.
One play and that's it. They make 21 threes. We talk about that before the game, so it's not one play. It's sum of many plays.
How would you describe the team's fight to come back down 21 to face them?
Fourth quarter, it was outstanding, great fighting. A lot of guys playing a lot of minutes in a row. I think Chris Murray played 20, and just going through the adversity and making plays both ends. Just fell short.
Can you describe the wave of emotions in that game, coming back and then having it ripped away at the end like that?
Yeah, one of those games that you're down, you're trying to find something, try to find a group that they can compete and just match what they are doing. They are a very good basketball team where drive and kick, and they have a bunch of shooters that everybody can shoot in their team. So it really makes a lot of stress on the defense because they have 5 guys that can shoot the ball, right? Like the 5s are popping and taking our 5 out of the paint, and so it's tricky. And then we went small, tried to switch everything, for certain moments, but then we lose rebounds, and DC got back there and did a good job. They finally missed some shots. We made a good run. Danny, attacking and creating for us. Jeremy Grant, that was sick, came and played 37 minutes. A lot of guys did great things, and what can I say? It's a tough one.
11.
Gotta learn from it,
11 missed free throws tonight. Is that just one of those nights where those weren't going down?
Yeah, that's also part of it. So gotta get better there.
Do you leave more irritated about the win or more emboldened about the way your team played despite missing so many guys?
More irritated.
I'm sorry, what was that question? Wait. What is that? I feel like I misheard that question. Hold on.
Gotta get better there.
I couldn't really hear it.
Do you leave more irritated about the win or more emboldened about the way your team played despite missing so many guys?
More irritated
Why is that?
because I want to win. And it doesn't matter that we have guys there; they are capable. I think
Dude, really?
that third quarter wasn't the third quarter we won. The fourth quarter was great, but I want to win. So
What is that one piece that the team need the most at this point? Is it
point guard.
so less turnover, more creative?
Yeah.
All right. Do you feel emboldened, Coach? Do you feel emboldened? What would it mean if he did feel emboldened? Emboldened to what? Emboldened to I don't understand. Anyway,
Dude, he basically just asked him if you think this is a moral victory.
yeah.
Like, come on, dude. I mean, maybe Thiago's new, and so he does have some moral victories, but there's
You
no
can tell
way
he's
it's a
irritated. I
moral
like
victory.
it. Yeah, I like it. You tell he's irritated. And you say he's irritated because he wants to freaking win. Yeah. Dude, like, there's too many fans with this fan base, and it kind of trickles to the media where it's just, like, about moral victories and trying your best. And, like, listen, they competed today, man. We're really happy that our millionaires went out there and tried when they played basketball today. It's a lot of that attitude that drives me absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane, bro. Do you feel emboldened that you had a 21-point comeback and then completely choked it away? Or are you actually mad that you completely choked it away? Yeah, I'm mad. Why are you mad? Because we freaking choked it away. Like, what are we doing, dude? It's insane to me. It's insane to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm too competitive for this fan base. Not for the people in chat, all right? Not for the people in chat. But sometimes I feel like I care too much about winning and losing. Who asked that question? I just want to know. Somebody in chat said it. I don't know if you know. Anyway.
Man, yeah, as Alex says, they did show a lot of grit. And that's the worst part about that last play is, like, we should be talking about how, like, Donovan Clayton just willed us. He brought his lunch pail today, and he was awesome. And Denny was awesome, of course. And then, Jeremy helped out. Chris had a couple plays there in the fourth. Like, we should be talking about how this team that started City Sissoko last night came back from a 21-point lead or a deficit and won a game. And now we're just like, oh, was it a moral victory to almost win this game?
Yeah. I don't do moral victories, man. I don't do moral victories. I don't like moral victories.
And what was with the third quarter again? Like, carbon copy of last night.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just reading chat. Okay, let's talk about players. I do not feel like streaming for more than, and I mean it tonight. I will probably wrap this one up pretty early, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to reset. This is why I'm going on vacation. I need to mentally reset. So I'm gonna go watch this team in person. That's a great way to reset, right? I get to listen to a bunch of people scream around me as Steph Curry torches us for 40 points on Friday and see whatever their NBA Cup court looks like. So, looking forward to that. But, well, let's just team stats. I don't have graphics, really, tonight. But, all right. How many turnovers did we force? 16. Okay. How many fast break points did we score? 14. We were in the double digits of fast break points when we're supposed to be the fastest team in the league. Yay. What was our 3-point percentage? We were 12 for 42. We shot 29%. We almost were above our magical threshold of shooting 30% from three. So we were really close, Eric. So that's a moral victory. We were 21 for 32 from the free throw line.
It's emboldening.
Yeah, I was emboldened by the fact that we almost shot 30% from three. I was also emboldened by the fact that we shot 32 free throw attempts and they only shot 14 because normally it's been the other way around lately. And today we got a bunch of free throw attempts, but we missed 11 of them. So I'm not feeling too emboldened about the fact that we shot 66% from the free throw line. We had... I didn't even know this stat. I just saw it. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm feeling super, super emboldened about? The 26 offensive rebounds we had.
Yeah. Thanks, Donovan.
26 offensive rebounds. They had 7. So we had 19 more offensive boards than them.
Dude, the degree of difficulty on some of Klingen's offensive rebounds was insane. And then he had those couple of sweet dimes there to Chris.
Yeah, the one laying on the floor. Klingen was a freaking beast tonight, all right? He's getting some hate lately. I don't really understand it. I think he's playing good basketball. He was 1 for 3 from 3 today. He made his first 3 and then shot at like 2 more and then stopped shooting threes.
And went
Perfect.
inside.
Yeah, it went inside. Was 7 for 13. Had 17 points in 34 minutes. 21 rebounds, 4 assists. No turnovers. 2 blocks. He was a +8.
Was that the highest?
No, Jeremy was a +10. Denny was a +6. Tamani was a +4. City was a -5. Caleb Love in 18 minutes was a -20.
Nice.
Eric, he's better than Scoot, though. Better than Scoot. Because his highlights and 1/2 of one Summer League game. There's people who have no idea what I'm talking about, and they're like, what is this dude yapping about? But for those of you that were in the chat during the Summer League streams, man, you know, he's clearly better than Scoot. Right? He's 1 for 12 today, 0 for 7 from 3. He's a shooter, though. He's a shooter. He was 26% from 3 before this game, and now he's probably below 20%. So, he's below the Mendoza line. Wait, people said that? Really? Yes, there was multiple people seriously acting like he was better because they watched his highlights where he made a ton of tough shots. And it's like, guys, just wait till you watch him game in, game out, take a bunch of these tough shots, and 1 out of every 5 games, he'll make some of them, and it'll look really good, and those are the only plays that go on his highlight tapes. And then 4 out of every 5 games, he will drive you absolutely crazy because he doesn't pass, he turns over the ball, he doesn't play defense, and he just chucks a bunch of tough shots and bricks the ball. And people are like, you're just a negative hater. Okay. Well, how'd they enjoy him tonight? 1 for 12. They're the same people saying, what do you expect them to do? They had to play Caleb Love. It's the same people that were telling me, Caleb Love's better than Scoot in Summer League. So, anyway, that was brutal. We outscored them by 19 points when Caleb Love was off the floor. So, cool. Didn't you like that missed dunk where he easily could have laid it up, but he just had to try and dunk it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he thought he was going to possibly get chased down blocked, but
he's at the rim, just
drop
it in the freaking hoop, bro. You're right there, just drop it in the hoop.
That was a tough stretch too, because instead of getting 2 points, then he's on the ground and we give up an open 3 on the other end and a 5-point swing.
He will never be an NBA caliber player. I'm tired of wasting our 2-ways on guys that have no chance at being an NBA caliber player. Like, I wish we've, hindsight's 2020, but I wish we had Denise Jenkins right now. We would have won today. Instead, we got a guy that just chucks bricks all the time. Chucks bricks all the time. Yeah. Javonte Cook played today. Didn't really. He had a nice little wide open dunk. He actually finished the dunk, so I guess he's better than Caleb Love. Good for him to get his NBA debut. But like looking at this box score, Eric, it is a lot of like, damn, our main four guys outplayed the Bulls. So, I mean, yeah, you can use the excuse of the roster, I think, in a game like this. But it's like nobody was particularly terrible off the bench. Like, these guys weren't good, but given expectations, like, Javonte Cook came in, had a couple of buckets, like, had 2 turnovers. He played 9 minutes, but he didn't, like, ruin the game when he was in the game. Young Hansen was 1 for 4. In 8 minutes, he's a -5. Like, had a nice post up and finish. Like, he wasn't good, but he didn't ruin the game when he was in the game. All right. Duop Reith, for whatever reason, only played 3 minutes.
He has to be blowing some defensive assignments or something.
Tamani's blowing defensive assignments with the game on the line. Like, and Young is rough defensively. Young has rebounds go off his head before he even realizes what's happening. Chris, 4 for 11, 0 for 3 from 3. Eric, he shot one off the dribble. I was asking for it because I just wanted to see what it looked like. Yeah. And he airballed it. I don't know why I asked for it because I kind of knew what it would look like, but I just wanted to see it. And it was not particularly close.
I know it's not in his fingertips, but I was thinking about this during the game. His shot form and how soft it is coming off his hands, it looks like he's holding the ball like this with his fingertips when he shoots. Like,
yeah.
He's like
those robots.
Like
those robots that shoot like. Yeah. It's so strange that like there's a lot of games where it's like the only good thing Chris Murray is good for is a nice dunk, which is like the opposite of expectations. He's not really athletic, but he had a nice dunk in this game.
He had some good defensive possessions, and he also had a couple offensive rebounds, and he was around the basket making things happen at the end of the game. But
he's just clearly not an NBA player. He hasn't improved at anything offensively other than maybe, like, I don't know, maybe his dribble drive game has improved a little bit, but, like, the three-point shot hasn't improved. He was 0 for 3 today, so, yeah, he's just not an NBA player to me. So, yeah, it was rough off the bench, but I don't understand why Duop Reith only played 3 minutes. At least the 4 meaningful players played well. But it's, I don't know. You would like the guy that you drafted in the first round 3 years ago to be a little bit better. You would like the guy that your scouting department loved in Young Hansen to be able to give you something. It would be nice to have somebody at the end of the roster on a 2-way that could like make a 3-year contribute a little bit. And listen, if you're going to have a guard on a 2-way and they play 18 minutes, they should not shoot 12 times and go 1 for 12. That ruined the game. I talk about like, other guys didn't ruin the game. Caleb Love ruined the game when he was in the game. Doing too much.
Are you including Tamani with the 4 that played well?
Well, I'm just looking at plus minus. TBH. Well, he was 6 for 15. He shot 40% from the field and 25% from 3. That's like right in line with what the team shot. Yeah, he didn't play particularly well, but like they you just look at the Denny, Donovan, Jeremy were awesome.
And he was just in the game during that.
Yeah, true. But I mean, Caleb Love was in the game with some of the starters too, I think. So, and so I wonder what those plus minuses are without Caleb Love. Jeremy, off an illness, has 33 points in 37 minutes. 9 rebounds. 9 freaking rebounds for Jeremy Grant today. 4 assists. He should be sick all the time if he's going to rebound like this. Apparently, rebounding is contagious, and he got a case of rebounds. So,
well, I think that one that went off Young's head went to him, so I think he got credit for that one just for standing there.
True. But I mean, hey, you're not expecting your 7'2" big to head the ball like a soccer ball back to you, so he was ready for it. So, props. And 4 assists. He filled up the stat sheet. 33, 9, and 4 from Jeremy today. 5 for 9 from 3, 10 for 18 for the field. Donovan Clingan, already talking about him, but the rebounding, dude, is for a team that can't make shots. He was the only reason we had a chance to come back and we weren't down 35. Not the only reason, but like his rebounding. He had 11. No, he had 10 offensive rebounds. 10 offensive rebounds. If you counted offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds separately, he had a triple-double with points, offensive, and defensive rebounds. But his effort was awesome. He had a couple nice finishes around the basket. He's been playing better basketball lately. I feel like he's been solid lately.
I saw a comment in chat that Jeremy Grant has been rebounding the ball better this year. He's averaging 3 rebounds a game, which is by far the lowest since his first few years in the league. and it's well below his 3.5 the last 2 years. So I don't know if this is better. I mean, obviously getting 9 will help that, but
yeah. And then somebody got a real triple-double today. Somebody got a real 30-point triple-double today. They scored 32 points on 22 shots. 32 points. Had 11 rebounds and 11 assists. 3 turnovers. It's almost 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. I think that guy's an all-star, but we might be playing so bad that we might get him snubbed of an all-star spot. Because Denny Avdia is an all-star caliber player right now. That dude was the best player on the floor tonight. As he is a lot of nights. So, love the way he played. What did you think of Denny?
yeah, Denny was really good. Yeah, I felt like he just had a really good game. It's I don't know if you're aware of this Sharp versus Denny battle.
And I see some stupid stuff on Twitter.
Some
Something
fans,
like that,
some
yeah.
stands of both going at it. But this is definitely not going to help the Sharp supporters' arguments, him having such a good game. But, I mean, you look at all the metrics, and Denny is...
Oh, he got collab cammed. Bring Eric back. He got collab cammed. You got collab cammed.
Crap.
Okay, I just got you back. Let me just say this before you restart. I hate player stands. I hate player fan groups.
Yeah.
Here's why. You can never say anything bad about their player. You can't criticize them. They have an excuse for everything, if they blame other players, and that's what I see with Sharp fans for Denny fans, where they're blaming the other player for anything their guy does wrong. It's the other player's fault, and their guy's great, and the other guy is a problem, and it's just stupid discourse, and it pisses me off. That's why I piss off literally every single fan group, including Sharp fans I've pissed off. There's some Sharp fans out there that I've pissed off, you know? So I will always criticize something wrong with pretty much any player. So
Bottom line, we need Denny, Sharp, Scoot. We need them all to play well. Like when Scoot gets back, we need Tamani to get his head out of his ass on defense. We need Clingan to continue to be a beast on the boards and do what he's doing. Like we need all this to happen. We can't just have one person. Like we can't just rely on one person. And what I was saying was, if you look at like most of the driving and attacking metrics, Denny's like second in the NBA in drives per game and all that kind of stuff. It's just that's fine if he's in that range, but it's not a case where we should be like, oh, you know what? Outside of, that last second situation in Dallas, we don't necessarily need him to drive 10 more times a game. And so that Sharp's taken away all these opportunities for him. He's getting plenty of opportunities. And as well, we need other people to help him too. And it's just not sustainable to continue to make him drive more and more. And the amount of times he gets hit and falls to the ground and then complains to the refs and all that kind of stuff. So like we need all these guys to be good. And I see in chat, isn't Eric a Sharp stan? I'm a Blazer stan. I like all the Blazers. I don't know what. Yeah, I like them all, and I'll equally criticize them when they don't play well either. So,
well, I think this applies to me and you and pretty much anybody where, it's hard to be perfectly fair with like criticism or excuses or this or that. So there's going to be like a little bit, right? Like, I'm sure there's an example for myself and, you like early in the season, every time Day had a good game, it would like at first always bring up the turnovers, right? Yeah. Well, Sharp would also be having 5 or 6 turnovers, so there's always like little stuff like that where it's like, yeah, if you want to read into it, it's like, oh yeah, he's being a little nicer to Sharp than he is to Denny in that regard, and I'm probably the opposite, where I'm a little nicer to Denny than I am to Sharp, or a little nicer to Scoot than I am to, was to Ant. But it's not like anything that's being said is illogical to the point of it's obvious that we're just biased one way or the other. Like everything has a reason behind it, and we can explain that reasoning, and that's the way we look at things. Where player stand groups, man, it's completely illogical. They can't handle any criticism about their player. I mean, look at Melo fans, look at Cam Reddish fans. When I didn't believe that Cam Reddish was a future star when the Blazers got him, and I didn't buy into his potential. Where's he playing now, by the way? I don't know. Yeah, so,
yeah, I mean, I got on Sharp for his bad turnover games too, and the way he's been sloppy with the ball, just dribbling it right to the other team in front of him. But yeah, it's just, some people, no matter what, like you're obviously like, if you say one bad word about City Sissoko, the City Sissoko stand will be like, how dare you? You hate City Sissoko, like.
So it just pisses me off when criticism of a player's play, a lot of times it can be constructive too, is just hate, it's.
Yeah.
It's always kind of ridiculous.
Well, the perfect example is that last shot, Denny took. Like, a lot of people were like, oh, he had such a good game. Why are you focused on that or whatever? But it's like, Denny himself said it was a bad shot and he needs to learn from it. So, like, your own dude said that. Like,
yeah, I mean, because he's like, he's not a dumbass. So there's generally going to be some good things and some bad things, and we'll talk about both. There's a lot of bad lately.
Denny was awesome. And to my point about the turnovers earlier in the season, the amount of times he had the ball today and just have a triple-double with that many assists and only have 3 turnovers, that's awesome. That's like really good. So I don't have to point that out today because it wasn't an issue in this game. The turnovers were not a problem.
Yeah. But also, as the point I've always made, he's with how much he drives into a completely packed paint, there's going to be turnovers because of that. There's going to be some games with 4 or 5 turnovers. It's hard to blame him because has literally the offense demands that he drives into 3 people in possessions where nobody will move. There's no shooters out there, and somebody has to drive to spark the offense, and it's normally him, and he has to figure out what to do once he drives into a crowd. So that play style, there's going to be games with some turnovers because of that, and that's why I've never really been hard on him regardless. There's a sloppy play here or there, but every player is going to make a sloppy play here or there. I think he is not – you could say maybe he's in a great situation for him because he's the number one guy on this team and has high usage and this and that. But I also just look at the way he's playing and just imagine if he had 4 shooters around him.
Yeah.
Like, where he could just drive and, oh, if there's help, all right, kick out 3. Oh, there's no help. I'm just going to body you and finish. I'm just going to Euro and pause on that last step for 2 seconds so you're out of position, and then I'm just going to flick the ball to the rim. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. There's so many times he kicks out to a wide open Chris Murray or City Sissoko, and it's not an assist, where it's like, man, if that was a legitimate shooter, this dude, instead of averaging 5 assists again, might be averaging 7. We might be talking about a guy that's getting like 27, 7 and 7 right now type thing. I truly feel like the scoring would come a little easier, and then the passing would be easier if he just had shooters around him. Like, I'm not even asking for world beaters or anything, just guys that could shoot above league average from 3. One of his turnovers, Grant, I feel like sold him because he slowed down his cut. Behind the flick over the shoulder.
Yeah, there was that
was
one. I forgot. I don't think
Grant
it was
sold
Denny that passed it to Grant, but there was another Grant one on, like, if you're looking at the camera, it was right on the near sideline where Grant just like lazily tried to grab the ball, and then the other team knocked it away. And
yeah, so even out of his 3 turnovers, there are a couple of them that I felt like weren't really his fault. That was a dime to Grant, and Grant didn't expect it. He slowed up. And when you're passing a ball to somebody that's running, if they slow up right when you pass it, like, you're supposed to lead the guy. Here's the thing. Maybe guys, when they cut or are running in transition and Tamani Kamara's passing the ball, maybe they should slow down right before he passes it, because then the pass might be perfect. Because Tamani, at times this year, has had an issue of throwing behind guys. You're supposed to lead guys. So if they slow down right when you throw the ball, like, it's going to be out of their reach because you're leading them.
man, I cannot wait for the next time Tamani dribbles the ball into the middle and doesn't turn the ball over. It's getting ridiculous, man. He just throws it away every time.
He doesn't have.
He's fine when he cuts off ball.
He should have a floater.
Yeah.
He can jump. He isn't terrible with his offhand either. Like, why does he not have a floater? He doesn't. He cannot shoot mid-range jump shots. We saw that last game where he shot one like off the backboard,
From like 12 feet.
Yeah, like he has no touch for whatever reason on mid-range shots, and he never shoots them. Fine, but like you get into the paint, you got to be able to do something, and he doesn't know what to do. Like, shoot a floater, man. Shoot a floater. Like, he hasn't added enough to his like dribble drive game where he can actually be more of a threat there. And then the three-point shotting's taking a step back. And then the defense is taking 3 steps back. And honestly, based on his play this year, if this is who he is, then the Blazers overpaid. The Blazers overpaid, which I would even fault the Blazers for. For some reason, he regresses, because who could have saw that coming? I think at some point he's going to figure it out. But he's hurting this team right now with a lot of his plays. And that last one was freaking horrible.
Okay. Kenny says, do y'all think Tamani is going through something right now? I mean, who knows? That's
just, we don't know him personally, so we just randomly speculating. I mean, if he is, then maybe that explains it, but we don't know.
It really feels to me like he's, like I said this earlier in the stream, he feels like he has to chase similar numbers that he had last year in terms of drawing fouls drawn and all that kind of stuff, because he led the league in that last year. And I feel like it's too singular of a focus on defense, and it's causing him to have these lapses where he's not focused on just doing his job on defense. He's always trying to chase that off-ball foul or that push-off or coming off a screen and flopping type foul.
Yeah.
Not necessarily flopping, but, accentuating the contact.
Yeah. Let us.
Yay, tankathon.
Let us do some tankathon. We haven't moved, man. Can one of these teams win? Oh, we're so back. I'm sitting here looking at loss, and I'm bummed. Like, can the Kings win a freaking game? God, they're horrible. I haven't been paying attention to the teams down here because I wasn't looking at taking, but like, Dallas barely lost today. The Clippers need to get out of this. But dude, are we like? Could we make the play-in with like 33 wins?
I mean,
The Clippers would pass us up in that scenario, but like all the other teams might have less.
the report today is that Dallas is now angling towards rebuilding and adding a top pick to, since they actually own their pick this year, adding a top pick to flag. So they're probably going to have a fire sale at some point. And I doubt if they should have maybe beat New York tonight, but
Anthony Davis is going to look good in Atlanta.
and so yeah, I don't see them. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe Sacramento figures it out, but I don't think that's gonna happen at this point. New Orleans isn't gonna figure it out, even if Zion's healthy. They suck. So yeah, it's just the Clippers, and yeah, I mean
Memphis?
The Jazz. Yeah, Memphis, and the Clippers are the only teams.
Or the Jazz.
Yeah,
if we don't make the play-in and the Jazz do, dude, like, here's the thing. We could back our way into the play-in after taking a step back from last year. That's the thing, is like, we want to take a step forward and at least make the play-in, but we could take a step back and make the play-in potentially this season. I think last year's Blazer team makes the play-in if it's this year.
Well, the problem is the back half of the East is so bad too. Like
they have 11 teams over 500.
No, I'm saying like the last few teams. Like,
the bottom feeders, yeah, Washington, Indiana.
But Washington's not catching us. Indiana's
Brooklyn.
not looking like they're going to do anything this year. Brooklyn's obviously not doing anything. I mean, Charlotte, I guess, could play
Once they
okay,
get Brandon Miller back, and if LaMelo stays healthy, and they got Knipple who's playing great, and Miles Bridges, screw that dude, he's playing well. Like,
I can't believe we're talking about this 15 games in the season.
listen, man,
Not that I don't like.
we're gonna be talking about play-in and lottery probably at the end of the season, where we're like,
Right.
man, we are the 10th seed, but like, can we be the 10th seed? But then if we don't play into the playoffs, like, have the 7th best odds? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Also impossible, probably,
Yeah.
because that'd be, we're not passing up those Eastern teams, so
Yeah.
I'll be a little over optimistic there. But it's like Clippers passing, because right now we're 9th still. We're still 9th.
It's 1, 2, 3. There are just 3 East teams we're not passing for sure. So yeah,
We're only 2 games back at 8th, and if we win Friday, we'll be 1 game back.
okay, so there's 3 teams for sure in the East that we're not passing up, and then there's, if to get the 10th seed, it'd be 5. So best case scenario would be 9. 9th best lottery
That'd be
odds
cool.
if we were in the play-in.
That'd be cool.
Now, if we weren't in the play-in, obviously it could be lower, but
Yeah. we'd be talking about, if we win on Friday, we'd be the 8th seed. If Tamani Kamara just,
I mean, we
listened
should
to his
have
coaches.
won this game. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we also should have lost this game. We should not have come back. Like,
No, I
they should
know.
not have blown that lead. But yeah, it's a lot of losing lately, man. 2-7 in our last 9. Is that good? Must not be good because you're doing Tankathon. I scrolled up fast.
What?
I'm out of practice, but I didn't see. We got Boston at 14. We got Memphis at 13. We got Milwaukee at 12. And we got your Portland Trailblazers at 11. We got Charlotte at 10. So we got OKC and Utah in the top 4.
Yeah.
We got Memphis at 9. We got Dallas at 8. Sacramento at 7. Brooklyn at 6.
So we're saying OF.
And Atlanta via New
Does
Orleans at
OKC
5.
get two?
No,
So
Utah's
OKC got
pretty
2 top 4 picks.
Utah's is pretty good.
Right.
At 4 is the Indiana Pacers. At 3 is the OKC Thunder. At 2 is Washington, and Utah finally gets a number 1 pick. So OKC basically gets whatever's left of DeBonta, Peterson, and Boozer.
Nice. Good for them, man.
Cool. Great stuff, man.
Ugh, that's so sick.
I'm just tired of this. Like, I just want a good basketball team that doesn't lose games in stupid ways and like sets an off-ball screen. And sometimes it feels like that's just way too much to ask for, I guess. I'm tired of it.
I don't even necessarily want a good team. I just want a team that's not losing 7 out of 9. Like,
in finding ways to lose like they did against Orlando and Chicago and
Dallas. Man, that's...
You know what's crazy? Like, this team is starting to remind me of the Mariners before they made the playoffs in 2022, where like, I mean, they had some good seasons though and barely missed the playoffs, but just where they had a stretch where it's just, you go into every season like, can they stay above 500? Maybe they can stay above 500 for 2 weeks and then they fall below 500. It's just like, oh, yeah, here we go again. And then they, suck the rest of the year, right?
Can they win 54% of their games?
With Portland, it's starting to get to that point. Like, guys, we're 4-2. We're 2 games above 500. Let's freaking celebrate. Throw a parade. And then we're 2-7. It's like 6-9 again. And with our next 8 games are torture. And
were we 4-2 playing the Lakers with everyone out?
Let's go back.
Am I remembering that right?
Yeah. Yep.
We're 4-2 playing the Lakers at home on a back-to-back, I believe, and they were without Reeves, LeBron, and Luka, and we lost at home.
That game, you could say, like, turned the season, although then we'd be OKC. But, like, look at the, like, 5-point loss. You find a way to win that game. This game, you lose at the buzzer. Find a way to win that game. Dallas and OT, you find a way to win that game. And then Chicago, you find a way to get Tamani Kamara to listen to the coaching staff. Like, it's 4 wins that you barely lost. We could be sitting here talking about a team that's 10-5. But here's the thing. It's like you barely beat Denver. You barely beat OKC. You barely beat Utah. So you got some of those games earlier in the year, and now you're losing them. But where do you net out at? You're 6-9. Look at the next 8 games. At Golden State, at OKC, at Milwaukee. Sounds like they won't have Giannis, so maybe that's winnable. Versus San Antonio, they won't have Wemby, so maybe that's winnable. Versus OKC, like, fully expecting a loss here because who knows who plays. You're not beating... Eric got collab cammed again. Eric's not beating the collab cam. There we go. You're not beating OKC. This team's not going to beat OKC. So you're looking at like Milwaukee and San Antonio. Maybe that's winnable, but then OKC, not beating OKC. Toronto, if the Blazers are healthier, like maybe that's a winnable game. At Cleveland, I'm not expecting to win there. At Detroit, definitely not expecting to win there. I'm looking at the next 8 games. So like 3 of them are winnable, but also very losable. And 5 of them I just fully expect a loss in.
Mm-hmm.
So best case scenario, in my opinion, we're sitting here at 9-14. Wasn't that my prediction? Can I lower it now?
I think you lowered it last year.
8-15.
Yeah, that's what you lowered it to last year.
Yeah, I'm staying by that. Right? 8-15.
Yeah.
Somebody remind me of this on February 5th.
And this is also why we were so focused on some of the games and upset that we blew some of those with golden opportunities to steal a game that, when you looked at the schedule before the season, were probably going to be tough games, is because That's just a brutal schedule too in terms of our travel, because we went five games. We had to go all the way to the East Coast, and then we come home, only get 2 home games, and then have to go right out back on the road, and then we go randomly to like Milwaukee and then come home again, and then we have like 2 games at home, and then we go back on the road again,
Yeah.
something like that, right? So
Yeah.
the schedule is not kind in terms of having to play. It's very, very road heavy, and we have to go all the way to Toronto, Cleveland, Detroit. Like, so that's another like long in terms of travel road trip, and not many home games. So we're going to get a lot of road games out of the way. If we could have just sustained like a 500 type record ish through this stretch that hasn't been as hard as we thought it would be, then we'd be in a much better position right now, even with the injuries. But unfortunately, the schedule coming up is just brutal, and because most of them are road games too.
You're just trying to make it to like here, where maybe Scoot comes back around here. You'll have a lot of rest, 2 NBA Cup like consolation games most likely. Memphis, so who knows who those games are against. And Sacramento. But look at all these home games, right? Detroit, Orlando, Clippers, Boston, Dallas, all at home. Then a little 3-game road trip. None of them are on these, though. At OKC, finally get them out of the way for the entire season on the last day of the year. At New Orleans, they saw San Antonio. Then you come home. Utah, winnable. Houston, tough team, but you're playing home games, right? New York. At Golden State versus Atlanta. Like, look at all these home games here. From this point on, after the Cup consolation games, you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 home games, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 road games. So after the Cup consolation games, 12 out of 18 games will be at home. Okay? And actually, 17 that's 5 more home games, that's 3 more road. So 17 out of 26 games are at home. After the Cup consolation game, starting with this game at home versus Sacramento, 17 out of 26 games are at home. If you can take care of business here on a home road back-to-back, then you got, 16 out of 24 games are at home. So you have double the home games from the 22nd of December to basically the trade deadline. I expect this team to be playing better basketball by then. I expect them to be healthier by then. I expect them to figure some things out by then. I think the question will be, is it too late? Did you dig too much of a hole on basically the stretch that we just had and the upcoming 8 games? Did the Blazers dig themselves too much of a hole to climb out of?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But, I mean, they lost winnable games in this stretch, so if they keep playing like this, then, yeah, the season's not going to go anywhere. If they do improve, hopefully it's not too late. Like, they have to find something on this road trip. But I was sitting here 3 games ago looking at Dallas, Phoenix, Chicago. All these are winnable games for the Blazers. And all 3 were L's. And nobody's healthy. And Tamati forgot how to play defense. And for that reason, use promo code Uprise on Sleeper and bet the over on a Blazers opponent for your parlay. And then bet over on points on Denny. Maybe bet, see if you, I wonder if you can bet over triple doubles. Maybe he has another triple double. Probably get great odds on that. And you get a free $20 entry with promo code Uprise. Anything else you want to get into, Eric?
Stay tuned on Friday night for Hotel Tory.
Hotel Tory. Maybe I'll vlog. Maybe I'll do a vlog. Because it's hard to create off-day content around a team that sucks, man. It's hard to be motivated, especially because it's a lot to handle with my day-to-day. It's a lot of work, and this team is not working. So we'll get back to that, but I kind of want this team to start playing better again to get my spark back there, because otherwise it's a little rough. And I'm going on vacation because I need a freaking vacation. So tomorrow night I will be in Redding, California.
Nice.
My trip.
Where are you staying there? Not trying to dox you. Like, are you
La Quinta? It's just
are
okay.
you
So
staying at a hotel? Yeah.
yeah, I'll let me make sure I don't dox myself.
You just trying to drive to a certain point and stay the night.
No, I'll show you. I'll show you my
Or are you
trip.
doing something in Reading?
Let me open up Bing Maps, okay? Because I don't believe I have my home address listed on Bing Maps. Cool. Cool. Not gonna dox myself. That would be bad. All right? That'd be a rookie mistake. So Bing Maps is so weird. What the hell? All right. So Vancouver, 7-hour drive tomorrow, leaving like 6, going down to Reading, stopping on the way. So get there at like 1 a.m. Right, Reading. And then Friday morning, driving the rest of the way to San Francisco. And
So you're just resting. You don't have anything particular.
Yeah, I didn't want to because it's a 10-hour drive or whatever. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And
We
not
did.
able to leave till 6 p.m. tomorrow anyway. So
Yeah, we did that a lot on our trip. Take rest. Yeah.
yeah. So we got where's the stadium? Where's Chase Center? Chase Center in here? I'm forgetting. Oh, there's Chase Center. Yeah, so I'm staying like up in this area. Chase Center is right down there, so that's like a 5-minute walk. So, I'll check out whatever Hot Dog Bill's is in the Chase Center, I guess. And then so I'll do the post game show. Then Saturday, driving down to LA, staying in Rodonda Beach. I'm gonna meet Borna for the first time in person.
Are you going down to LA?
Crazy. Yeah. Then I'm driving. Yeah, Saturday I'm driving down to LA, staying in Redondo Beach. Sunday driving up the 101. I just kind of want to explore the California coast. So then Sunday driving up the California coast, staying by San Luis Obispo. I think I'm staying in like Prismo Beach. Got a place on the water here. So that'll be Sunday night, and then Monday driving up to go to the Niners game. So driving up to the California area. I still need to figure out where I'm staying. So if anybody has any recommendations, Bing, can you load? Yeah. So then driving up, going to the Niner game, might stay down in Santa Cruz. I don't know. We'll do that Monday, and then either drive back Tuesday, or honestly, I'm thinking about going down and staying in Monterey on Tuesday, and then going to the Kings game on Wednesday. Wednesday night. And if I go to the Kings game on Wednesday night, then I'll start driving back right after that game. They're playing the Suns. Kind of want to see their stadium. So then I drive back like halfway, drive back to like Medford, and then drive the rest of the way back Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning. And then sit around and eat food. So that's my vacation.
Nice.
Yep. So
I was thinking about all the places I stopped along the way on your route. Same type of thing.
Yeah, like going down the
You're not going to Disneyland. Yeah, we for the first time, like we usually just go I-5 when we drive down to LA, but this time we're like, oh, let's go through San Francisco and go 101.
Yeah.
It was closed near LA. There's a part of it that's closed. I don't know if it's been reopened since, but couldn't go like all the way. It's like where you were saying to Monterey. I think there's like a tricky way to get there right now, but
yeah, I haven't been to California since I was like 10. Like I flew through San Francisco one time to go to Hawaii, but that was it. Didn't see anything. So I've always wanted to drive down the coast too. So I don't know, would I go
Yeah.
from San Francisco to LA if I'm gonna go I-5, because that's just quite the drive and I'm doing it all at once, or if I'm gonna drive down the
No,
101.
go 101. Yeah,
Because I'm coming back. When I'm coming back, I'm staying halfway between San Francisco and LA on the coast, essentially. So like I'll drive
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
101 on the way back. I just
Hmm.
haven't decided on the way down what I'm gonna do.
No, there's because down the 101 you can drive through like the redwoods. That's a really cool drive.
Yeah, that's like up north though. So like I'm gonna take I-5 down to San Francisco.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because that would just take too long, I think. So, and since it's closer, I can always take a separate trip to go explore the redwoods. Since it's more
True.
north, so that's kind of my thinking. Like I don't know when the Blazers playing Sacramento next, but like that could be a separate trip. But
Nice.
Tori, how many arenas will that be? 2 NBA arenas and then the Niners game, so an NFL stadium as well.
I think he's asking like if you've ever been to any other
Oh.
arenas.
So
Watch it.
I've literally only been to Moda Center to watch an NBA game before, so this will be new. This will be new. Joe just joined and we're full Google Maps. What's going on? I don't know. I'm talking about my vacation because I can't wait to go see this team on the road. Can't wait. Tor, aren't you and your girl driving careful? But I'm sure you can make it to San Francisco in one day, lock in. I don't need to try to make it in one day. That's why I have 2 days. I don't want to be driving at 3 a.m. after driving for 9 hours. That sounds miserable.
Also, smart decision not to make that drive in one day and then stay in San Francisco because the hotel situation there is a little ridiculous in
What do you
terms
mean?
of cost. Like
Oh.
super expensive or like super crappy. Like,
Yeah, I got a decent deal on a place.
no, I'm just saying like around San Francisco, it's like tough. I guess during the time you're going isn't as bad
Yeah.
as summertime, but
The hotels in San Jose seem pretty reasonably priced.
yeah, like pretty much everywhere around there is reasonable.
Yeah. So I still gotta figure that out, but yeah. Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. Maybe I'll vlog the trip a little bit and do a whole video. I've never really done a legitimate vlog on this channel before, so I watched the
What are you and
Blazers
Borna gonna
get
do?
buzzer beat on the road in person. Gone wrong. It's gonna be the title. And then I watched the Kings lose their 9th game in a row. I attract bad basketball, man. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. But, yeah. And then once baseball season's around, I'm going to go to like 20 Mariner games this year. I am so bought in on the Mariners,
You're
man.
locked in.
That's my team right now. That's my number one team right now. I can't lie. Yeah, I'm locked in. Never been listened to baseball or the Mariners, so
You
Josh
said you
Naylor.
haven't been to San Francisco before.
No, never. Well, I flew through it, but like never really explored
Yeah.
it, so I'm gonna do that. But yeah, my
So you
guy.
do all like the touristy things.
We'll see. I haven't really planned it. I've planned the big
Yeah.
things, and then like have little gaps to like figure out what the hell we're doing. You know,
Yeah,
Blazers
I mean,
situation is crazy. Yeah, there's
so obviously you have to go over some bridges to get there. Some pretty big bridges. Are you
I'll
gonna be
fine.
okay?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I
The Golden Gate
won't
Bridge is
know. I won't know until I'm on it. So,
pretty- Yeah.
what big bridges am I have on the 101? There's big bridges.
Well, 101, you have to go over the Golden Gate Bridge to get to San Francisco.
Oh, I'll go over the Golden Gate Bridge.
But-
It's the Golden Gate Bridge.
But but to get, if you go I-5 and then go over, you have to go over the Bay Bridge or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be
Yeah.
fine. I'll just Google what strength of earthquake needs to collapse the bridge, and then depending on what it
That-
says, that's how nervous I'll be.
I think the one from like Oakland to San Francisco is pretty low. I don't think you'll have an issue with it.
Yeah. Is the Fremont what is higher, the Golden Gate Bridge or the Fremont Bridge?
I mean the 405 bridge,
Yeah, isn't that the Fremont Bridge?
maybe. I don't know because the Golden Gate Bridge is like it goes to like a mountainside or like a hillside. So
How high is the Golden Gate Bridge? 746 feet. How high is the Fremont Bridge? 381 feet. Damn!
okay, not even close.
Damn!
Yeah, I think
This
'Cause
more
obviously
than twice as tall? I didn't realize it was that tall.
like I said, that's kind of deceiving because it's like one side of it's like it's not, it doesn't go up into the air like the Fremont Bridge does.
Is it the top of the bridge that they're measuring?
Oh, maybe.
Because it does, you know. How high is the road on the Golden Gate Bridge? Two 220 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Because the top of the Fremont Bridge isn't that much taller than the
Yeah.
actual road. Yeah.
How high is the road on the Fremont Bridge? Fremont Bridge. Clearance of. I think the road might be higher on the Fremont Bridge then. Okay. If I had to guess. Probably about the same then. I hate the Fremont Bridge. Chat, I don't like heights, alright? Welcome to learning about my anxiety.
So, see, the thing about San Francisco, especially downtown, it is so hilly. Like some of the roads,
Yeah.
the
They have the
inclines are,
curvy
like,
road, yeah.
It's
What's
insane.
that road called? The curvy one?
God, it just went down it. I forget the name of it, but yeah, it's like the windiest street in the world or something.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Saddest
that's crazy.
Nation says, Tori, imagine building a bridge. Yeah, I could probably build them with all the bricks we've shot this year.
But yeah, I mean, there's lots of fun touristy things to do in San Francisco.
Yeah. I'm not even going to have like a ton of time there unless I stick around after the Niners game like that Tuesday.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, Lombard Street. There you go. Yeah, it only takes a couple minutes to drive down it.
Yeah. How high is
Oh,
the
the other thing that's crazy about San Francisco now is the Waymos,
What does that mean?
the self-drive taxi cars. They're freaking everywhere. There's like hundreds of them.
Self-drive taxi. How do you spell it?
I think it's called Waymo.
Yeah, I found it.
They're like electric taxis with no one's driving it. So you just get in and they're all over the place.
That's kind of scary.
No, it is. Yeah.
Like, I ain't taking one of those on the Golden Gate Bridge, man.
Yeah. They get stuck all the time because, like, they won't go if something's blocking the road or something.
So, can you take over to fix it?
I don't think you can on those.
So
But I don't even think there's a steering wheel on those. On some of them. But it's weird, like, yeah, they're just like you drive into town and you're like, oh, well, that's cool. It's a Waymo or whatever. And then you're just like, okay, there's another one, another one, another one. Like, does anyone drive here? They're all.
I'm reading an article. A beloved neighborhood cat named Kit Kat died after eyewitnesses say he was hit by a Waymo.
Oh, no.
Rest in peace. A recent sign left at the cat shrine said, "Kill a Waymo, save a cat." So,
Yeah.
I stand in solidarity. I'm not going to take one. And I'm going to do it for Kit Kat.
Nice. Yeah, I thought about doing one just to say I did it, but
That just sounds stressful.
no. Yeah.
I like having the ability to move myself competently, and have the freedom to decide, what my car does.
Although my wife was freaking out on some of those hills. Like,
When you were driving?
yeah.
Why?
I
Just how steep they were?
They're so steep. Like, it feels like you're going to roll back or something or fall up.
See, I kind of like that, See,
Yeah.
I don't like heights, but even on a steep hill, I'm on the ground. So, yeah, I'll go exploring the hills. I'll record it for the vlog.
But no, yeah, definitely go across the Goliath Bridge. I mean, Fisherman's Wharf is cool. You just go down there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Chinatown's cool too.
Is it better than our Chinatown?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's the baseline for me. Fisherman's Wharf. Yeah, I have like no idea what is in San Francisco other than tall buildings, basically. Other than the Golden Gate Bridge too. So
I mean, Fisherman's Wharf, you can kind of see everything. So you got Alcatraz out there on the water. If you have more time, it's cool to take a tour of Alcatraz. But you can see Golden Gate Bridge as long as it's not too foggy. And then you can see like all this cool stuff up on the hills and stuff.
that'll be cool.
And there's like when we were there over the summer, it was like freaking. There was like hundreds of sea lions there.
That'd be sick. My girlfriend likes sea lions, so or maybe
It's chilling in the little
yeah.
harbor there.
Let's see. So Sunday. What time do the Blazers play on Sunday? 4 p.m. Oh, and they play OKC. That's all you.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's all you, bro. I'm good. And then at Milwaukee, I mean, I'm gonna be at the Niner game, so I can I can call in from the Niner game. Well, actually, they start at like the same time, so yeah. So I think Sunday, Monday, it's all you. Wednesday, it might be all you.
Okay.
Well, actually, Wednesday, the tip-off's at the same time as the Kings game, and then we're going to drive home after that. So, like, I could probably do a whole show from the car.
Nice.
That could be a vibe. Got to mix it up. Now the team sucks again. So,
And call on a Discord like I did that one time.
well, I'll do video. I can do video. I'll have to figure some things out. But, like, we'll do a post-game show on Friday. I'll run it from the hotel. That'll be cool. Maybe I'll have a balcony I can do it from. It's right across from the Giants Stadium from... I forget what the Giants Stadium's called. But, yeah. So, anyway. That'll be fun. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Thank you guys for tuning in to this post-game show. Anything else, Eric?
Just another horrible loss, man. That one sucked.
Yeah, that was brutal. But,
It was such a good feel-good story. They're all pumped up with the comeback. Klingon, Denny, feeling good. And, just got ruined by a missed defensive assignment and some questionable decision-making at the end.
I'm becoming numb again. That's cool.
But thanks for everyone for watching. Appreciate it. And hope to see you guys on the next one.
Well, Muvsy's still up. I'm shocked. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully you guys can catch us on Friday as I stream on location in San Francisco after the Blazers take on the Warriors and try and break a 4-game losing streak. Hopefully they can, man. I'm tired of this losing stuff. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Anyway, have a good rest of your night. Leave a like on the way out of here. Use Sleeper, promo code Uprise, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you Friday. We'll catch you Friday. And until then, as always,